Go.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever and wherever you are listening. Welcome to episode 59 of the Dad Bod Golf Pod, proudly a Believe Network podcast.
Yes.
My name is Nate Pass. I'll be your host. Joining me today, the guys in the booth every single week in the trenches with us every single time, Kyle Rush and Ben Taylor. Boys, the microphones are hot. Good morning and welcome. What is going on?
What's up, man? Happy
It's
Tuesday.
you, buddy.
You are up, and that just, like I said, every time you do that, I feel inadequate, and it motivates me to want to be better, and I appreciate you for that. Happy Tuesday, fellas.
Happy Tuesday. My heart rate still gets so high every time I do it.
So much closer to the weekend, so much closer to a lot of golf.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Tuesday, yeah.
The week crawls right now, but we're here to help get you guys through it. You know, it's Tuesday. You're probably already eyeing that Thursday 2-2 or that Friday 2-2, getting that tee time lined up.
I am because I've been doing nothing but moving. So I'm ready to get on the golf course and get away from the house, man.
Ben's ready to go. Ben's ready to go. Absolutely. You're probably you could possibly also be going ahead and looking at the tournament this weekend and looking at some tournament odds. You know, the best place to be looking at some tournament odds.
I do. I know.
Where's it at, guys?
It's at betonline.ag.
Betonline.ag. You are dadgum right. Betonline.ag. Head to their website or use your mobile device and sign up today and receive a 50% sign-on bonus on your initial deposit. You know what that means, guys? It means you give them $100. They're going to give you a $50 free to play with. Free money. They're going to let you take $50 free if you give them 100 and then just go play and have fun. You can bet on football, basketball, boxing, play in the casino. Don't wait to take advantage. You have to use your coupon code BELIEVE, BLEAV, to take part of this amazing offer. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way. Fastiest. That is a combination. That's a combination of fast and easiest. Fastiest.
Yes, it's the fastest.
It's the fastest way to bet on all your favorite sports. Bet online, where the game start. Fellas, let's do this.
Now, I'm not saying that this is the right or wrong thing to do, but with your free $50, I'm going to go in there and suggest that maybe you just pick a handful of guys that you probably are going to finish first, put a couple of $2, $3, $4 bets on there. I'm just saying you're going to have like 135 to 1 odds, that kind of thing. Maybe you close strong like Nate did this past weekend whenever he started picking Sam Burns, or was that Kyle that picked Sam Burns? It was Kyle that picked Sam Burns.
Yeah.
So you could hit it
Not
too.
saying who I picked.
Yeah, absolutely. You could.
He didn't finish first. Who you picked did not finish first, right, Nate?
That's the thing about free play. It's free. It's free. You can bet on anything you want to. You can bet on absolutely anything you want to. Enjoy it. Let's have some fun. So
Gamble without losing sleep.
Yes.
There you
Use
go.
code BELIEVE.
There you go. BLEAV. So this episode, we started this last week talking about how big of fans we're becoming of Scottie Sheffler. Right. And it's mostly the Scottie Sheffler apology tour because he's an absolute giant slayer. He is a baller. He took down John Rahm. He played him twice, scored 1.5 points at the Ryder Cup. And so we said, we need to get to know this guy. We need to know more about him. Maybe we can have friendship in the future with him. And upon doing a little bit more research on him, he has quite possibly the most schizophrenic, insane golf bag that I've ever seen. And what I mean is, you know, most guys, they ride the company line. If they're a TaylorMade guys, they're going to play TaylorMades. If they're Callaway, they're going to play Callaways. If they're whatever, they're going to kind of stick to what they have. This dude plays everything. He has his literally everything.
He plays clubs that aren't made anymore.
Yes. He plays clubs that aren't made anymore. If he finds something and he likes it, he sticks with it and becomes just awesome with it. To the point where if it breaks, he goes into a panic to try to find the next thing that it's going to, and it doesn't matter what brand it is. It could be anything. So I was going to
you could tell he took it to the extreme a few years ago when all the club manufacturers went away from you got to have everything from tailor-made wedges all the way down to a tailor-made putter, and including all your irons and woods and everything. And so now you hear about players doing mixed bags. Wow. When they gave him permission, he was like, I got an idea.
We're going to try something. So this is the 21 ranked player in the world. Okay. The number 21 ranked player in the world. And this is his golf bag. Okay. So starting off, he's got a Ping G425 driver. So starts off with a Ping driver. He has the Nike VR Pro Limited 3 fairway wood. Okay. It's a 15 degree. So basically a 3 wood.
It's very limited now because they don't even make
2011.
2011. They don't even make Nike doesn't even make golf clubs anymore. So, okay, this is even crazier to me. So he's got a Srixon 3-iron. This is like a hybrid, or 3-iron hybrid type club,
right?
Utility club from Srixon, and then he has the Srixon Z785 4-iron. Nate, what is that something similar to what you have? Something close to what you have?
Yeah, I've got the ones that are a little more forgiving than what Scottie Sheffler plays. But yeah, gotcha. same family.
Yeah, he is a Srixon guy. Okay, so we got a Srixon 3 hybrid, Srixon 4-iron, just random, and then we have the TaylorMade P7 T-dubs 5 through pitch and wedge. So far we've got Ping, Nike,
yes,
Srixon,
yes,
TaylorMade,
yes.
Okay, and then he goes classic on the wedges. He goes the Vokey wedges, the SM8s. And these are actually the new ones. The SM8s are the ones that just came out. Scotty Cameron putter.
50, 56, and 60. He carries 3 in the bag.
50, 56, and 60.
Which is kind of odd because his pitching wedge is probably 48. So I don't know why he needs both of them.
There's a big gap there. Yeah. There's a pretty big gap there. Tyler's Pro V1, which is Pro V1 is interesting because that's a little bit of a softer ball, and he's a pounder. So typically those guys play the Pro V1X, but he plays a little bit of softer ball, and then he's Nike apparel. So right off the bat,
Nike shoes, Nike apparel.
Yeah. So right off the bat, like what's our takeaways there? That is a smorgasbord of different brands.
I like his shoes. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I like the Nike golf shoes.
Nike shoes.
We were talking about his clothes.
I like the Jumpman shoes. Yeah, but it's talking about his apparel and the Srixon. Nate, you're a Srixon guy. I don't know the difference between, are both of these things hybrid, the Z785 and the ZU85?
No, the 4-iron is just a 4-iron. That 3 hybrid, I think, is kind of like a utility iron. If you've seen those, like a really thick iron. That's what.
Titleist just came out. That's their new push. Is to
it's like the Gapper.
That's what
TaylorMade kind of has the Gapper.
TaylorMade Gapper. It's kind of like that. Yeah.
But that's what stands out to me is then when he jumps to the 4, but then all of a sudden he just switches brands after the 4.
That's strange. Yeah. That's strange. Yeah.
Like if the Z785 4-iron is fine, what's wrong with the Z785 5-iron 6-iron?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a fair question, Ben. And I think when we have Scotty on soon, we'll have to ask him.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. So I see combo sets a lot where it's like they'll have like the more the more forgiving clubs are the longer ones, I think, and then you'll go a little bit more blade. Is that right, Nate? Typically, you'll go a little bit more towards like a blade as the club as the number gets higher. Go ahead.
Yeah. So like my 4 through 6 is like a true. I don't even know. They're not cavity back. Yeah. Cavity back. Yeah. And then the 7 through pigeon wedges is like more of a blade.
Yeah. So you see that all the time, but you don't typically see just like a complete brand switch in the middle. But yeah, so like the TaylorMade P7 T-dubs are the like basically the elite tour club that TaylorMade makes right now. And he has that 5 through pitch and wedge. And then, like I said, we go to the I would expect like some weird wedges, but no, he just goes traditional.
Well, that kind of shocks me on the wedges too, because those new TW irons, like TaylorMade has based some of their new wedges off of that technology. So if he's that comfortable with
the MGs,
the 5 through pitch and wedge, it's like, why not go ahead and include the other 3 that your next three down. Like what gives? Why'd you switch all of a sudden again?
Well, I really would prefer him to play Callaway wedges because then he could really, really hit the trifecta. I mean, he's not leaving anybody out except for like Wilson. I mean, you want to get like a Wilson putter, maybe? I don't know. They make putters.
And I want to go back to this. I know you mentioned it though. The Nike VR Pro Limited, the 15-degree 3-wood. The technology has changed so much with the new 3-woods.
That's 11 years ago.
Like, clearly he hits it fine, as you said. He pounds the ball, but could he add 10 to 15 yards if he went with something? I don't know, within the last 5 years that got made.
Seriously.
Maybe.
Yeah. Good enough to beat John Rahm, though.
So. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we can't argue with his success. I mean,
I'm about to get on Amazon and buy every single thing in this whole bag. So I just have the Scottie Sheffler bag. But no, here's a question I have. How does sponsor stuff work from this? I wonder.
He obviously makes a bunch of money from Nike. He's got to make money from Ping and TaylorMade, and
I'm sure Ping pays him to hit the driver.
And Titleist, sure obviously he's got the ball.
And Titleist with the ball and the wedges. Titleist is probably paying him.
But there's no way he's getting really good sponsorship contracts like these dudes that go all in like with one brand. There's no way that
like you mentioned Rahm. You mentioned him beating Rahm. I mean, Rahm switched over from TaylorMade to Callaway and switched the entire bag.
Yep.
He didn't
everything.
I bet you
putter. He went to Callaway putter, the Odyssey. He went from the Spider to the Odyssey.
Yep.
I bet you. This would be a big advantage is that you take Nike as your apparel sponsor and you get a bunch of money, and then you have the freedom to play whatever you want because you're not. Because he may not be making money from. And he's not making money from. Well, I guess he's got the Nike sponsorship for his clothes. He may not make any money from Srixon or Ping for that matter. I mean, he doesn't hawk them. You don't see him on commercials.
I can only think that Titleist probably is. I mean, with him playing the putter as well as the ball as well as the wedges, and as you said, Nike apparel is going to pay him. I mean, that's one thing that even Rory and Tiger both said that they loved about their deal is they're getting paid to wear
Nike's going to drop the bag,
and TaylorMade's paying them to hit the club. So, and then they both have different sponsors on their bags. So those two guys are getting fat cash just for walking around the course with all kinds of stuff in the bag, but they don't have this because that fascinates me the way number one, the thing that sticks out, as I mentioned, the 3-wood, because I just think he's missing out on distance, but maybe he is able to work that 3-wood different way. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's got something. Yeah. It's a comfort thing. And then how he jumps from his irons. Apparently the long irons are great with Srixon, and then he decides when he's got to hit it close, he needs something workable. I don't know. So
the reason we want to talk about this, because I think we can translate this. This is, to me, is very relatable to guys like us and the average golfer, because a lot of times we're not going to be in the position to have like matching clubs from beginning to end through the set. Like there's not a lot of people that have that. Like there's mix and match. There's if we find a really good used driver deal, we're going to snag that used driver, or our buddies got a club they don't like and they're going to sell it to us for, like, that's the kind of stuff we're looking for. We're on the golf club traders on Facebook. We're trying to find good deals, things like that, because we just don't have, a lot of us don't have the time or the money to go like just get matching set all the way through. So I find Scottie Sheffler to be very relatable. So I kind of wanted to just take this and break this into a couple of different categories of how, just talking about clubs and kind of go through like our first set. What was our first set? If you can remember your first set of golf clubs, what was it all the way through? And then just kind of go from there. So Nate, your first set of golf clubs, what was your first set of golf clubs?
It was my 8th birthday, and I couldn't tell you the brand. The bag did not stand up.
USA Kids.
It was like a duffel bag. It wasn't USA Kids. I would remember that. It was like the off brand of that. The bag didn't stand up. It was a driver 579 putter. So for years, from the first years of golf, I thought my 9-iron, that was like my wedge, But like, I don't hit my 9-iron out of the bunker. So that was my first set. The bag didn't have a stand. It was just a duffel bag that you just carried and set down. And I did have a US Kids 7-iron. I guess that was my first club, and I supplemented the set with that. But yeah, that was they were blue and yellow, and I cleaned them every day. Hit balls, would clean them, scrubbed all my balls that were in my bag, tees. I had a glove, I had Band-Aids. Yeah, like every pocket in my bag had something.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it was pretty cool. Had the Sharpie in my bag. That was big.
Ben, what was your first set of clubs?
Oh gosh, they were hand-me-downs from my dad. And one of those clubs is still my favorite. But it just is not. I feel like Scottie Sheffler, but he hits his a whole lot better than I hit mine. I had Spalding blades. My dad was of the thing that he said, basically, if you can hit a blade, you can hit anything. So he actually, you were talking about
your wrench.
Yeah, exactly. You were talking about, because Nate, you said you were how old? 8, 9?
8. I was 8.
Yeah. So I was probably 12, and he had them cut down. He had the shafts cut down. And then I really thought, I was like, okay, as soon as I get a growth spurt, I'm getting new clubs, right? Oh no, I didn't realize at that point in time when you're that young that you can reshaft clubs. So he just reshafted. So I probably had expensive shafts and Spalding, Walmart, Sam's Club, whatever they were, irons. And so I played with those 16 and 17. So I was 17. And then that's when I got my own like new set of clubs, and they were cavity backs. And boy, you want to talk about just pure joy.
Yeah.
I had no idea that feeling existed.
I'm just imagining you're hitting your Spalding 4-iron in December, and like that's it. Like you're done. You have to walk away. Like your hand just shoots up through your whole body.
Yeah.
I wish I would have thought to do. I've got it. I've still got probably 5 clubs from that set that I keep in the garage. And every now and then I'll get in the backyard and I'll hit balls into the woods with that 4-iron. And I can tell you,
wasteful.
It still hurts really bad.
One day
when it's 85 degrees out.
One day we're going to take Ben's Spalding blades. We're going to go play 9 holes, all 3 of us, and we're going to just hit Spalding blades and see who can hit them the best.
The grips are like dry rotted and be awesome.
If we do that, I'm going to have to re-grip them.
Yeah.
It's so
I'll
bad
pitch in
that
for that.
I put athletic tape on the outside of them. That's what's on them right now, just so it doesn't slip out of my hand, because it's literally you're gonna have to take a blade and like scrape the grip off.
Shout out Avery.
I probably hit a 4-iron anywhere from 195 to 200 yards, and with that one, maybe 175.
I can imagine.
And
catch one a little thin on that.
And even when I catch it sweet, I'm sitting there thinking that's awesome, and then it comes up way short, because I have taken it out every now and then and just try to punch it around. But and they're heavy. They're so heavy.
I want to play. I want to play with them. I want you to bring them one day, and we're going to go play 9 holes.
Before we do that
challenge.
Before we do that, my dad still has the woods to that set.
Persimmons.
He still has the persimmons to that set.
Let's do it.
That's what I was saying. That my favorite club that I've ever hit was the persimmon 5 wood. It hits probably equivalent to what a hybrid is today, but I just feel like every time you hit it, you can't miss it. It's solid every time it comes off the club. It's unbelievable. So it's an awesome club.
Those are coming back. Hickories are coming back, man.
The driver, by the way, is the exact same size head as the 5 wood.
The lofts are different, but back then,
it's just straight up and down. It's like hitting a brick at the end of your club, but the driver is this exact. When you look at the driver now, you're like, oh man, I got hybrids in my bag bigger than that. That's unbelievable.
And they had steel shafts in the drivers. I love that.
My uncle he would take put chapstick on that on that persimmon and just take all the spin off it whatsoever.
Yes,
just hit a knuckler just down there that rolls it doesn't get 20 yards off the ground or 20 feet off the ground and just rolls forever. I love those things. So like I said, I did not play a whole lot of golf growing up. I did like little camps. I had my first clubs was I remember it was a wooden Wilson 3-wood, a 7-iron and a putter. That was the set that I had, and I played with that forever. And then my dad, I think he took like some old Wilson staffs and had them cut short and put some grips on them. And that was like my first real set, but I didn't ever really play a whole lot growing up. So my first real set, when I first said, all right, Dad.
By the way, nobody does that anymore, Kyle.
No.
I don't understand. Nobody cuts the clubs off anymore. They like pre-order them so they specifically fit.
And I did that one time.
I'm like, just cut them off.
Yeah, just cut them off for your kids.
Yeah.
If you got an old set, cut the clubs off for the kids. It'll be fine. So my first real set, and I can't believe I remember this, but when I first got out of college or first got out of high school, I was like, I got to do something. So I was like, I'm just going to start playing golf. So Dad took me to like an Edwin Watts.
Yes.
Over in Mobile, Alabama. Those, I don't even know I think that one in Mobile may be the only one in the whole country that's.
I think that one and the one in Birmingham, I think is still going.
Yeah, there's like Edwin Watts just doesn't exist anymore. So
the Montgomery one's gone.
Yeah, the Montgomery one's out. So we go to Edwin Watts, and I remember down to the number. They were the power built 7.0 TPS irons, pitching wedge through 3-iron. And I thought it was the greatest things.
Isn't
ever.
that like the knockoff Ping or Titleist? Isn't that what
I think they're more. They look more like a Titleist iron than they do a Ping iron. But and I thought I was really cool because I was like, yeah, they have this Sensicore shaft too. Like it was called a Sensicore. I remember that.
Sensicore, Dad.
It had like basically it was like a sponge in the shaft, and it would like absorb some of the vibration. But I remember I played them things till they were bent. Like I played them so much. I thought I was great when I would tell people about my clubs. Like, yeah, I got the Power Built 7.0 TPSs, and they're like, Power Built? Why do you have Power Built clubs?
I'm going to make you feel better about yourself.
Yeah.
I had a buddy that played golf at the University of Illinois. He played a mixed bag, not like Sheffler, but he played his 7, 8, 9, and wedge were Power Builts.
Nice.
In college golf, they played Power Built clubs.
So I had the Power Built, and then to top, there was a driver for sale in the pro shop, and I wanted this driver because it was like right when the 4.6, like the bigger heads came out. I had it written down. It was a TaylorMade R580. Look it up. XC.
Yes.
XC. That driver was smoke. I could absolutely destroy the golf ball with that driver. I got it right out of the used rack in the pro shop for like $75. So I had me a driver. I can't even remember what kind of 3-wood I had. I was working as a cart guy at the time. So I would just basically go buy stuff out of the used rack. Like when people go, I had like one of those Adams tight lies 5-wood.
Oh yeah.
Oh, those things were sweet though, man.
They were so.
What happened to Adams?
They're back.
They're back.
Are they? They're re-releasing. Yeah, they're re-releasing
senior tour guys.
Now.
They're big senior tour guys. Champion. They're just loading up on the Champions Tour for sure.
Yep.
So and then I can't remember. I experimented with putters, so I did that. But yeah, the Power Built. No, baby, not anymore. You know what? I am not experimenting with putters, and I'll tell you why. Because I got my Sweet Rolls grip from sweetrollsgolf.com. Nice. I used coupon code DADBOD20, took 20% off. So I got my Sweet Rolls putter grip on my Scotty Cameron Phantom X5, and I am rolling it like a champ. It did take 2 or 3 strokes off my game because I don't suck. But if it doesn't take 2 or 3 strokes off your game, that means you suck because it's guaranteed. No, they look awesome. Their website stocked. They're ready to go. So hats, grips, check them out. sweetrollsgolf.com.
So and if you're a big Betonline.ag guy, they have a new casino grip. So you could, just in case, that's their newest one. Saw it recently.
If you're a degenerate,
yeah,
they got it. They have it. They have the gambler grip too. What's it called? It's called something like that too. Like
the casino or the
Royale.
The Royale with cheese.
Is it the Royale? That's nice.
Royale with cheese.
We'll have to look
Pulp Fiction reference. I love it.
Have to look that one up. So all right. So
he doesn't get it, Nate. He doesn't know what we're talking about.
Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
Never seen it. I've never seen that movie. I can't look.
We'll talk after the show.
Yeah, we need to discuss. This is a whole other show.
This is a tasty burger.
Yeah, I completely understand that. So you were talking about grabbing stuff out of the bin. You'd text us a story about you wanted a certain driver.
Yes. All right. So
walk us through this because I had said driver.
Yeah. All right. So we're talking about this show that we're going to talk about different clubs, and I was like, I don't really have a whole lot of those like favorite clubs that I just like had forever. I just wanted to keep on. But I remember when this thing came out, I was like, this is going to take my game to the next level. I got to have this club. And I remember hitting it in a demo, and I was just absolutely pounding. Keep in mind, I'm 18, 19 years old. I don't really know my rear end from a hole in the ground. There's not much dumber than an 18-year-old dude. There's not a whole lot of dumber things on the planet.
It's really true, actually.
So, so the Nike,
I got a 13-year-old daughter. There are a lot of dumb 13-year-old dudes too. Let me just tell you right now.
Nike had just came out with that Sasquatch driver.
Yes.
Tiger, and it had the big yellow back end on it, and Tiger would just absolutely bomb this thing. I was like, Dad, it's $500, but I think if we pull our money together, this will I could go pro. Like this could
be 30.
I'll work for 6 months, and that'll give me $250. And then I will have enough. We're gonna get this Sasquatch driver. I hit it. I hit some other dudes on the range one time and was like hitting them out of the back of the range. If you've ever played Lake Forest Golf Club in Daphne, Alabama. So from the top range, I was flying it into the pine trees, like all the way through the range.
Oh, you were pumped.
Yeah. I was bombing this thing. I was like, this is going to take me to the next level. I never got it. He just turned me down.
You dodged a bullet.
Why is that, Nate? Tiger made it look so good.
Nate,
I meant Ben.
That's the best compliment you've ever given, Ben.
I know. Yeah.
So
I got it. Not only did I get one, for Father's Day, I bought myself and my dad one so we could play golf together and he could have one. He loved his.
Yeah.
Mine went on eBay about a week and a half later.
Oh,
nice.
No.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was trash.
It was total trash. That is the best range driver you can buy, hitting Pinnacle Gold balls out there on the range.
Yeah.
That is the best in-store driver that you can hit because it sounds like a friggin' shotgun going off.
It sounds
and the whole
so
store
good.
turns around and looks at you and they're like, look at that little skinny dude pounding those balls over there. I'm going to buy that too.
Skinny?
Yep. Yeah. At one point in time, I was like 140 pounds soaking wet. I know. That's why it's a dad bod now, Nate. You're getting there, man. You're not quite there yet. And I'm telling you, Kyle, you dodged a bullet, man. That was the best $500 you saved. You need to thank your dad for telling you no.
You know what I
not
remember?
doing it.
The thing that stands out to me the most, I have to look up this year, but I remember when he played Stephen Ames in the match play, and Stephen Ames had kind of talked trash, like Tiger's hitting his driver, all over the place. I think I got a chance. And he beats him. Was it 9-8 or
it's like 9-8 or 8-7? One of the two.
8-7, something like that.
It was either 9 or 8, or it's either 9-8, 8-7. One of the two.
And there was a drive. I remember there was a drivable par 4, and you had it was like a Bryson angle. Like he took he cut like this huge corner like over like a neighborhood, but he just ripped that Sasquatch and then recoiled it, and all you see is just a yellow streak from like where he just hits the ball.
Yes,
flies it on the green, twirling. And I was like, Dad, that is the club that's going to take me to the new heights. I wanted it so bad. No,
it was not. He helped you dodge a bullet on that one.
Well, thanks.
You could have been the next. You could have been the next Nick Watney.
Yeah, could have been the next Nick Watney. Yep,
no doubt.
Sasquatch.
Absolutely.
So,
go ahead.
My favorite club that I ever got would be the original TaylorMade burner, like the first one with like the lines on the top that went to the back. That was my first like big driver, and I'd say relative to what my game was at the time, that was probably like I hit that driver as well as I've hit any driver I've ever had, because that thing was so big, like compared to what you've been playing up until that point. That thing was ginormica, and it was so forgiving. And I mean, obviously there was like a spinoff of like there's probably still making burners like burner 12.0 or something like that. But the OG TaylorMade burner was awesome.
My favorite is also TaylorMade, but it was when they came out with the all white TaylorMade. I think it was Rocket Balls. When they came out with that, and I hit that thing really well, and then all of a sudden it kind of went dead one day. Now I still play the TaylorMade. I mean, you guys are seeing I play the TaylorMade woods, and I got ping iron, so I got a mixed bag too. But I still like the TaylorMade, but it was like it kind of just went dead one day. But man, when I first got it, it was so much lighter than everything else, and just felt like you could not swing very hard, and the ball got out there, and you could work it. Had great workability. It was awesome. And like you said, when you put it that was when they made that transition. Everybody else had the dark drivers. Like there were
when they went to white, it was like, oh, what is happening?
Even Mizuno had like a dark navy blue, and then the rest of them were all black.
Yeah.
And then when they went to that white one, it was like, and so when you watch somebody like on camera or something swing it, it looks so much faster. And I was like,
a blur.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
It definitely went further. It definitely went further.
There's no doubt.
For sure.
It made me feel that way anyway. I don't know if that's true or not, but I felt like $100 bill whenever I was swinging it.
Absolutely. Well, you know what makes me feel like $100 bill?
What's that?
This Legends polo from Swannies.co. We got the Slinger polo down here in the bottom with Nate from Swannies.co. We used coupon code DADBOD25, and we got 25% off these bad boys. And you can too, and you can use it as many times as you want. So, hey, you want to if you feel like you just need one shirt today, and then you may need a hoodie, that style's really kicking up right now. So you might need a hoodie. You can use it again. You can use it again. Come on. Yeah, absolutely. Or hey, if you want, and then a couple weeks later, you want to go go ransack the sale category. You can use it then too. Yeah. Bod Golf Pod -25. Take 25% off your next order. You'll be feeling good all the time and looking the best in your group. 100%. 100%. So the last thing we're going to talk about when we talk about clubs.
Thank you for that, Kyle, by the way.
All spawning from Scottie Sheffler's mixed bag.
Yes.
We're going to talk about infomercial clubs. And have you ever gotten bamboozled by an infomercial? What's the one that you always thought might work, but
did you, Nate? You did?
Or this, whatever. I want to hear some of the best infomercial club stories. I know we have some. I want the listeners to if you've gotten bamboozled, or there's that infomercial that was just that GX7 3-wood or whatever it is that you can hit off of anything. But what is it? What got you? I know something got you, and you played it and people made fun of you, but you felt good, and then it just didn't turn out the way you thought it would. What is that infomercial club that got you? We're going to talk about some of ours, and we'll just see what happens. So, Ben, you go first. Have you ever been bit by an infomercial or seen someone get bit by the infomercial?
Both. Yes.
Okay.
Both.
Yes.
I will say that I'll go with my buddy's dad. I don't know if he wants to be called out or not, so I'm not gonna call him out. So I'm gonna leave that there. But when we were in college, he came down and played with us a lot. And every time he showed up, he had something new in the bag, and it was from an infomercial. It wasn't because he went to a golf shop. It wasn't. I mean, it was something. Whether it was a wedge, whether it was a driver, whether it was one of those little chipper things, the thing that looks like a putter,
Texas wedge.
Yeah, he friggin' loved those. He had those things all the time. Happened to me though with the golf balls. They were like, this can add off the tee, because I was like, we played a lot of scrambles, and I was like, this thing says it's going to add 15 to 20 yards off the tee. I'm getting this ball. It does not.
You remember what it was called?
I can't remember what it was called. The thing that keeps sticking in my mind, that's not it, because you can get this at Walmart, is the Nitro, but that's not it. Maybe that was it at the time. Maybe before it hit Walmart. Maybe that's what it was.
To hawk that as a 15 plus on your drive. That's awesome. That's great marketing.
Yeah. But it was one of those things. It was like, you need to buy this ball, because, and it knew who it was talking to, because it was like, if you play in your scramble tournaments and you need a drive out there, and I'm like, yes. Hell that's yes, me. That is me. I need that. Sign me up. Where do I dial? Where do I sign? And then, of course, then you get screwed even more, because they keep like your credit card on file. So they charge you again like the next month, whether you order in some or you don't. Oh boy. And so basically you're paying for, 4 dozen balls, even though you got like a dozen that got delivered to your door.
You got like a subscription service for golf balls?
Yeah. That don't go anywhere. So and then I even thought, you know what? Let me see if they work around the green. Let me putt with them. Maybe in a scram. Maybe the feeling
They went really
feels
long,
good.
man. I bet.
Oh my gosh, bro!
That's where the
These
15
greens are
yards.
so fast.
Yeah, these
That's
guys,
where
these
the
greens are
15 yards.
fast. Y'all need to be real careful on these. I mean, they're real touchy.
Did you roll these? What a cut.
Yeah. So
like a
yeah.
13, 14 on the tip.
So yeah, I got swindled on that deal. I got swindled on the golf balls. But yeah, my buddy's dad. Every time and we went.
Did he
and
have the
played-
hammer driver? Did he ever have the hammer? Remember
He didn't have the hammer, but he had like this other driver that was supposed to like the bomber or something. Like it was. He had this driver.
knockoff hammer. Yeah.
He brought it out and he like look what he loved to show it off too. He loved to be like, look what I got, guys. Look what I got in my bag now. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? Quit buying all this stuff.
That's
It was only thing that he played regular was his irons. He stayed with his irons, but balls, wedges, any sort of wood. Before hybrids were even a thing, he was buying like the knockoff for what was TaylorMade made, the Baffler or the Rescue? One of the two. Cobra made the Baffler, TaylorMade made the Rescue.
Rescue, yeah.
So he was like, I ain't paying name brand prices. We're going to buy that one that was on the Golf Channel, and I'm going to have
Four easy payments.
$29.95. Yeah, no doubt. That's what he's buying.
Nate.
3 p.m. on the Golf Channel. The whole 30-minute block is just an infomercial.
The best part is
Just
this guy's
drooling.
loaded. He could have afforded any sort of new technology that he wanted, but oh no, it's the 4 payments of $29.95 that made it worth his while.
I love that.
Nate, did you ever get got?
So it was called The Knife. And when I was younger, I don't now. If you play with me now, like I'm as steep as anybody has ever seen. Like I make divots. It's ridiculous. But I used to have trouble compacting the ball and like taking a divot and getting it up in the air when I was younger. And it was called The Knife. And it had like 3 fins on the bottom, basically like surfboard fins. And they were supposed to be like sharp and they were supposed to like cut through the ground.
I think they still sell those.
They might still sell them. It did nothing. Like imagine having the bottom of your club and then another ½ inch of metal. Like it bounced off the fairway. Heaven forbid I had a hard pan lie. Like it was it was like teeing up your club. Like instead of teeing up the ball, it was like teeing your club up. Like you lay the club down and it's still sitting like.
Was this like a
where
hybrid?
The ball was. It was I had a 5-wood. I got a 5-wood.
What was it for? Was it for people that hit the
gosh.
ball heavy? Like, did you catch it thin every single time?
No, it was. I mean, in my mind, I was like, "This is going to help me cut through."
We don't
like,
know.
If I'm in the rough. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I don't know.
We don't know. That's why we're
back then.
That's why we're waiting on hold on the 1-900 number to call them up and find out. Hey, when can you send me that first payment out?
I think it's still in my dad's garage. I may have to try and I should have snagged that while I was down there.
If it's there, bring it back. We're gonna have a day where we go out and we all play like old
a gimmick
clubs.
day. We want a gimmick
cut
day.
down.
We got a gimmick day.
Yeah, and I've got a bunch of Warrior clubs, and those I wouldn't necessarily call those gimmicky clubs. That was just like a mail order golf brand.
You're sponsored. Sponsored by Warrior. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sponsored by Warrior. They send me clubs.
Sponsored by Warrior. Hey, we want you to be one of our test subjects.
Yeah.
We're going to send you this hybrid for free, and you send us $100, and you get to keep the hybrid.
Yeah. I
Just
never
fill out a
understood that
survey.
I didn't never understood that business model, but whatever works. Warrior was big. So mine, okay, I don't know if y'all remember that. This was very short-lived, but when I first saw the infomercial, I was like, the science behind that makes total sense. Like that's going to work. And then when I was in the cart barn, I just happened to see one in Lost and Found, and I kept my eye on it because after 2 weeks, she's good to go.
It wasn't in Lost and Found. Somebody threw it in there.
You have forfeited your
God,
rights to that
code.
club. You have forfeited the rights club, and that was, I don't know if y'all remember this, the F2 wedge. Do you remember the F2 wedges?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the F2, you got to Google this. The F2 wedge was the anti-shank club. Okay.
Yep.
And what it did was
It doesn't have a hosel.
it moved the face in front of the hosel. So the club, the hosel was like behind the face. So it was called face forward technology. And I'll be honest,
I love the fact that he remembers. Can you?
I may
you
still have
hearing
it.
him recite this? I mean,
I
this
may
is
still
unbelievable.
have it. I'm gonna go look at it's probably in like a storage unit somewhere, but it was a 52-degree wedge, and I could hit that thing 125 yards back in the day and it would be on a line every single time. I mean, it was people look at me like, what in the hell is that thing you have in your hands right there? It's like, just watch, just face forward. It's face forward technology. And I could just swing it. It felt weird.
It's space forward technology, guys. I mean,
It felt so weird, but man, that thing was pure. I loved it. It was gold too. The face was gold. So like it even looked that much more absurd. But the F2 wedge, go look at this. I don't even know if they make them anymore, but that
Yes.
infomercial.
Yes, they do.
Because it was like, oh, look, since there's no hosel, the rough is not going to grab your hosel and turn your club this way. And it's going to slice through the sand. There's no way that it can't get through the sand. And I mean, I saw that thing and I was like, this is my lucky. I just won the lottery. I can't believe someone let one of these go. This is face forward technology. And I got it right here in the lost and found barrel. The F2
fantastic.
wedge. I almost got that putter that is weighted and it will stand up. You know what I'm talking about? So
Yes.
Yeah. But you can like go back and read it.
you
from
go
behind.
read it and then you can set it up and it just like sits there. And
My buddy's dad had that. He had that too.
I have a buddy. I've talked about him before. He played golf at Troy, but he played with a guy that had that, and it would take like 5 minutes to set the putt up, and he was just like he's just like ready to go break that dang putter or throw it in the because the guy religiously would set it up, and he could pour it in though. He said he made everything he looked at, but he would take him 5 minutes to set that thing up.
Oh my gosh.
He'd get back, he'd look at it, check it out, and then he'd turn it a little bit and he'd zip back and look at it. It was it just sits there. It just sits there and stands up. The old lineup putter. I don't even know what it's called, but I almost got that too. But I'm good now. I got my Sweet Rolls grip, my left hand low, and we're ready to go. For now.
Yeah.
Until I hate it. Yeah, exactly. But guys, this has been awesome. Thanks to Scottie Sheffler for today's show and for having a mixed bag. And we're going to continue to love you and cherish you and thank you for taking down John Rahm and the Ryder Cup. And we're going to be your biggest fans.
We would like to apologize.
We'll never be able to
again.
forgive ourselves. For the way we talked
please
about
forgive us. Please forgive
Publicly apologize to just completely throwing you under the bus and telling you
this
how bad you
is
were.
a Bryson DeChambeau and Scottie Scheffler podcast. How about that?
There is no doubt about it.
And
It's
Patrick
definitely
Cantley, Player of the Year, by the
And
way.
Patrick Cantley, the trifecta of
the
domination.
putter of the year.
The putter of the
of
month.
the year. Putter of the
Absolutely.
month.
This,
I wanted to say that also, if you do have a mixed bag and you want to know how far your clubs go, like if you have a old 4-iron that doesn't go 220 like it's supposed to and it goes 175,
you can know exactly
never
how
has.
far it goes.
Arcos
Never
can
has
help you
gone.
out with that.
Arcos Golf can help you know exactly how far that Spalding blade 4-iron will actually travel in the air. It's a club tracking system. You put the sensors in your grips. You just go play golf. And it uses Bluetooth GPS location. It tracks each shot all the way around the course, keeps up with all your stats, your strokes gained to whatever target handicap that you want to be, where it shows you where your strengths and your weaknesses are so that you can practice more efficiently. We don't get hours and hours a day to go pound balls. We probably get an hour or two a week. So you want to maximize that time to not make yourself be getting better at what you're not good at. So Arcos Golf, use coupon code DADBOD10, take 10% off your next order. Appreciate it, guys. This has been episode 59 on a Tuesday. Tomorrow's hump day. Tomorrow's Would You Rather Wednesday. We got some absolute fire topics to talk about. We can't wait. That's one of our
Wait
favorite
to skirt the system again.
Ben's
The
gonna
rules will
try
be
to-
so strict. Oh my gosh. Actually, the rule will be you don't get to participate. That will be a really good way for you not to be
that's
able.
so bad.
We're gonna put Ben in the waiting room while we call these out, and he can come back in and talk about our answers, and that's pretty much it. No, we're excited. This has been a lot of fun. We're gonna keep it going. The only daily golf podcast Monday through Friday out there. It's we're gonna get you through the week, guys. We're gonna get you to the weekend, get you fired up for that tea time, get you fired up for that little Friday afternoon 2 and 2 with unlimited press action. You're one birdie away, all the time. Love it. So check us out tomorrow on Wednesday. It'll be episode 60. Episode 60, guys.
Good to thunk it.
When we get to 100, it's going to be lit. We might do it shirtless. We might do episode 100, 100% shirtless.
I'll do episode 60 shirtless.
Yeah, I would
Let's-
not be shocked at that at all.
let's go. Follow us on social media, Dad by Golf Pod. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go rate, subscribe, review on the Apple Podcast app. And if you come on when we premiere, if you watch the YouTube when we premiere, but they got live chat, we may be live chatting together. So check us out tomorrow. It'll be Hump Day. We'll get you on the downslide to the weekend. Appreciate it, guys. Dad by Golf Pod.
Always
Stroking.
Always stroking.